What's going on, guys? It's Aiden with Upper James Toyota, and today we're going to be taking a closer look at our three GR inspired vehicles. One being the GR Supra, which is behind me, the GR 86, and the GR Corolla. We're going to do a full in-depth performance review and a sound test towards the end of the video, so stay tuned and check it out. Okay guys, let's talk some numbers. Under the hood of a GR 86, you're gonna have a 2.4 liter boxer 4-cylinder engine, which is gonna put out at about 228 horsepower. All that is going to be going to the rear wheels. Now, taking the next step over, we're gonna be heading over to the GR Corolla. Now, this is a circuit edition limited to one of 1,500 in North America, so very, very rare. This is gonna be a 1.6 3-cylinder turbo. It's gonna be all-wheel drive, making 300 horsepower. So it's a little hot hatch, only come manual, very, very cool vehicle. And then in the front, our most powerful GR branded vehicle is going to be the Supra, which is going to be a 3-liter inline turbo 6. It's gonna be making about 382 horsepower, sending all the power to the rear wheels. Okay guys, so starting with the GR 86, it's gonna be featured in Halo, which is one of our many white colors you can get a vehicle in. It's kind of like a little bit of an off-white, a little bit of a pearl shine to it, which looks really, really great in the sun. Now, taking a look at the front end of the vehicle, you can tell just by looking at it, it is an aggressive front end, and it's a very, very cool looking sports car. You don't see them on the road that often. I think it looks very, very great. The big grille on the front, the nice lights on the side. They've kept it very, very simple, yet they've made it look very, very aggressive all at the exact same time. Now, we're gonna take a peek at the Supra, which is probably the most aggressive front end out of all three we have today. Now, different than the GR 86 or even the Corolla, you are gonna be getting a front splitter on a GR Supra, which is kind of nice. I think the lights look great, the styling very, very aggressive on a Supra. Also, you don't see these often, especially in this color, which is nitro yellow. It's unique to the Supra. It's definitely actually one of my favorite colors, just because you don't see it that often at all. Now, we're gonna take a peek at the third one, which is gonna be a GR Corolla. Now, this vehicle is featured in heavy metal. It's a very, very rare car to have, which is very, very cool to be reviewing one. However, the front end on a circuit edition is very aggressive versus the Core or the Morizo in a 2023. On this vehicle, you're gonna get a couple of hood bulges on the front. You're gonna get these nice little fog lights on the bottom. Everything on the GR Corolla has been really catered to a hot hatch vehicle. And a fun little quirk to this vehicle, on the inside here, you will see labeled on the intake, it says GR4, as well as on the door side panels as well, which just lets you know this vehicle is all-wheel drive. And now let's talk wheels and suspension on all three of our GR vehicles. Okay, so looking at the rims and tires on a GR 86, this being a premium, you're gonna be getting the 18-inch alloys, which are gonna be all black, versus the 17-inch alloys, which is a mix of kind of like a silver and a black finish on them. And we also wrapped in Michelin Pilot 4S tires, which is a very, very grippy tire. Being this car has rear wheel drive, you want that grip, especially for the corners. If you're gonna track the vehicle, you know, getting it up to speed very, very quickly, it's nice to have a very, very grippy tire on this vehicle. Now, moving over to the GR Corolla, you're also gonna be getting 18-inch. Now, this is going to be specific to a GR Corolla, especially this model on itself. You're getting red brake calipers, which is only on the Circuit Edition. Kind of a cool little feature. On this vehicle, same tires as the 86, Michelin Pilot 4Ss, which are 18-inch, also specific alloys to this vehicle. Now, if we're going to be looking at the GR Supra, that's where things change up a little bit. So going to the Supra, you are going to be getting a 19-inch tire. So on this vehicle, you're gonna be upgrading from the 18-inch up to the 19s. They're gonna be finished in like a gunmetal gray or like a dark silver, as Toyota calls it. They're also wrapped in Michelin Pilot Super Sport tires, which are the most aggressive tire that Toyota does offer from the factory. This being rear-wheel drive, you're gonna want that extra grip, especially with the power that this vehicle does make. This vehicle is gonna get you up to speed very, very quickly, so you definitely want a very, very grippy tire to be behind you. Okay, so let's take a closer peek onto the rear of these three GR branded vehicles. We're gonna start with the GR86. Now, exclusive to the premium model, you'll be getting this duckbill spoiler, which is going to color match the paint on your vehicle. So in Halo, it's going to be a white color, or the Halo as Toyota says. I like the look of this vehicle. I like the look of a premium over the base. I like the aggressive look that this duckbill gives you on the road. Kind of makes the lines look a little bit better on the vehicle. On the back as well, you get dual exhausts on the GR86. We will be doing a sound test at the end of the video, so please make sure you stick around to hear that so you can hear all three of them against each other. Now, we're gonna take a peek on the GR Corolla. Unlike the GR86 and the Supra, you actually have 3 exhaust tips on the rear of this vehicle. Comes standard like that, which is very, very interesting, and you don't see it that often. So you're gonna have one here, one on that side, and one centered as well. This actually does have a deep sound to it, only being a 3-cylinder, which is very, very cool. And a couple things on this vehicle that you don't get on a regular core. You're gonna have this rear spoiler, and the roof is actually going to be forged carbon, which is kind of interesting. You get carbon on the inside of a Supra, you get forged carbon on the roof of a GR Corolla. Pretty interesting and crazy performance-wise for Toyota's new 3 performance vehicles. And then finally, we're gonna have the Supra, which is gonna sound the best out of all of them. It actually has an adaptive exhaust on the vehicle, so if you put it in sport mode, it does sound a little bit louder, gets you some pops, gets you some bangs, which is cool. And it's gonna be dual, kind of matching the GR86, which is very cool. Okay guys, so getting into the GR86. Now, this being a premium, you are gonna be getting an upgraded interior off of the base. So inside this vehicle, you're gonna have aluminum clutch pedals, brake pedals, and gas pedals over like a plastic you would get in the base. The inside features are also a lot nicer in my opinion. You're gonna get these leather mixed with Alcantara seats, which are very, very comfortable. Now, this being a 2-door, you do have the option for 2 seats in the rear. However, I would not suggest it. I've tried it before. It is very, very tight and crammed in here. But if you're looking for a fun little 2-door, 2-passenger sports car, this could be it for you. It is very low, so you definitely do take a bit of a step down into this vehicle. However, on the road, it feels like you're driving a little golf cart. You have a lot of great features: heated seats, dual zone AC, Apple CarPlay, wireless, Android Auto. You have a lot of great things in this vehicle at the price point for a fun little sports car. Now, looking over the GR Corolla, so you can see on the GR Corolla, just like the 86, that the insides are very, very similar. The only big difference on the GR Corolla, you can actually use the rear seats, which is kind of nice. You can actually fit 5 people in this vehicle, or you can just have the front 2 just for a fun little Sunday cruise. Now, materials, the insides, they are very, very close, so you do get the same thing. Alcantara leather bucket seats, which is very, very nice. I like the actual seats on this a bit better than the GR86. I like how it shows on the seats GR badging, a cool little insert also on the top, which is a fun little touch. But if you've driven a Toyota before, or even in that sense, a Corolla hatchback, it's very, very similar. The only difference is you can see the hood. It has a couple obviously elevated points that tell you you're in a circuit edition. Obviously, if you look at all the GR branding, and if you see the manual transmission, you know you're in a GR Corolla, because you can no longer get a Corolla manual other than this one, which is kind of neat. Other than that, it does feel very, very easy to operate. You do get a lot of same things that are in a Corolla in the GR, which is nice. They didn't overload it with tech, didn't overload it with a lot of features that you don't know, how to use it, or you feel a little overwhelmed on the inside. It does just feel a very, very driver-oriented, fun little hot hatch that you could throw around a corner. A cool thing about this vehicle as well that is specific to the GR Corolla is going to be this little mode button down here. So with this, you can actually toggle in the infotainment system where the power is going on this vehicle. So you can put it 50-50 all-wheel drive, 40-60, or even if you're feeling crazy, 0-100. So if you want to drift the car, put it sideways, put it around a corner, or you can actually fully go straight, pull the parking brake, and do a full 180 and flip the opposite way. You could do that in this vehicle, which is very, very cool, and the only feature that is catered in this vehicle that is not an option on any other all-wheel drive vehicle that we offer. Okay, so now we are in the GR Supra, the fastest vehicle out of the 3 that we have today. Cool thing, it's the only automatic that we have here today. You can't get the GR Corolla. You could get a GR86, but now obviously onto the Supra, you can obviously get this automatic or manual too, which is very, very cool. With this vehicle, it's definitely the most premium feeling vehicle that we have quality-wise, touching everything, the inside carbon, the screens, the steering wheel, the paddle shifter feel, everything is definitely elevated in this vehicle. Couple cool things you cannot get on the GR86 or the Corolla. You have heads-up display on this one. The carbon fiber trim is only specific to the Supra. I think that's a really, really cool feature they have added. I think that people would buy it if they added it to an 86 or onto the GR Corolla. But again, that is Toyota's decision on that front. With this being said, the seats that we have here are very, very comfortable. Power driver side and passenger. It is the only vehicle that we have today that is only 2 people. There's no rear seats in this. You cannot fit any more people other than 2. And you don't want to. It's a fun little Sunday car. So this is a great vehicle if you're gonna put it around a corner, if you're just gonna take it for a straightaway, or if you're just running to the grocery store. All of these vehicles, even though they are performance-based, you can definitely still have these vehicles as a very practical all-day driver. All right, it's the time you guys have been waiting for. I'm gonna jump into all 3 of these GR-inspired vehicles. We're gonna turn them on, give them a few revs, see which one sounds the best. You guys can let me know in the comments down below. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. Let me know down below in the comments which one you guys like the best. Please make sure to subscribe so you do not miss any of our future Toyota-related content, and we'll see you guys in the next video.